Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Chakra Diva show. I am your host, Amber Poole. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I have an amazing special guest, and her name is Sharon. And her and I met, I'm going to say 2016, 2017, maybe 2017. And I have the most amazing job. So let me just brag for a moment that I get to teach what I love, which is all about crystal healing. And I get to meet the most amazing, amazing healers. And she is also an intuitive coach along the way. And I had to ask her to be on the show because she means the world to me. She represents everything that I think our world needs with love and with caring and with healing. And she's just amazing and fantastic. So, Miss Sharon, would you like to introduce yourself and what you do?
Colorado, beautiful sunny Colorado now. I was in Puerto Rico for a hot minute, and before that, obviously, I was in Maryland. I am an intuitive healer and coach, as you said. I work intuitively. Reiki is what it's known. We all know Reiki as the energy healing that we do. I like to say, and I do it intuitively. Messages come in, and that's how I work with clients. And gifts have just expanded. Obviously, I learned from you so much. As you said, we've known each other for so long. A very amazing teacher, guide. I just love you so much. So crystals are a huge part of my life and a part of the healing modalities that I do and I work with. But so much more has come in as well. So the big thing that I love to do is spread the message of healing and love. Love most important, because for me, that's the highest vibration.
So can we just talk about your awesome Monday reflections of love and just the most beautiful somebody talking to me.
You're breaking up a little bit. I couldn't hear what you said. I apologize. You broke out.
I love your inspirational Mondays.
Yes.
With the things that you have to offer and the things that you say, and you just lift up people. Now, two things about that. Number one, I noticed that you always hold a crystal.
I do.
Oh, and number two, she always has this inspirational, beautiful message. And I just want I want you to share your message of why you do that and what they're about. And then I'm going to ask you about a crystal. Go ahead.
Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's Motivational Mondays, and Motivational Monday was born a couple of years ago. I can't believe that it's already been a couple of years. And Motivational Mondays really are, during the pandemic, during shutdown, it was something that I did for my business on the side. I would do motivational messages to them on social media because we were shut down. We wanted to be able to get together. And then once that stopped, the messages kept coming in. And even previous to that, I was given a download to make sure that I give these messages that I was discerning and understanding. And when the work ended, I knew that I had to keep spreading these messages of light and love. And that's what they are. It's prayer, meditation, and then it's message. And it's not my message. And I try to make that very clear all the time. What comes through when I do Motivational Monday is literally just coming through me. And it may be connected to things that I've experienced the week before, or things that I've been thinking about, or that I worked with clients, that these healing came in, and the message is, let's spread it to everybody, because we're all in this together and we're all dealing with the same things. We just don't talk about it in that way.
Yes,
and that's what Motivational Monday is about. It's about connecting us to that and the vibration of love, right? Because we all want to be that. We want to feel that. We want to be happy and enjoy. And what's the greatest joy? It's love. We connect to that. And so that's why that's what it's born. And one thing that's really special about Motivational Monday that I love, and I'm hold myself very accountable to, is I never watch a video before I post them, ever, 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 ever. The messages come in. I cut the beginning and the end just because I don't want you to see me touching the camera on the phone. And that's it. And I post. Because it's not about my message. It's about the message that's needing to be discerned to everybody about healing.
And they're not very, they can be for everybody, right? It's not just one specific area. It's a whole collective message altogether. And that's one of the things that I adore and love about you, because we need people right now in this time to stand up together, to show love, and to be with each other. And even what I adore about you is, and I'm just going to brag for a second, you went on a trip to Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah.
And you and I have this love for crystals, and you came across a shaman who blessed a crystal.
Yes.
And I have to tell you, Sharon, that everywhere I go, I carry the crystal that you gave me because you came back and said, you know, this is for you. And I was like, I'm going to show you guys my crystal. So, so beautiful. And then you showed me the video of him blessing it. And it just meant the whole world to me because to me that is such a prize. But like, I don't think I could give away my crystal. Like after a shaman blessed it, I'd be like, I'm going to keep them all. And you're like, you know what? This is supposed to go to you. I have this message. It's for you. So I love that you are so open, that you just deliver what needs to be said. You always do it in love and light. Your healing sessions are like that, and you are just amazing. So I want to know, what crystal are you connecting with currently?
Now, I have a crystal quartz heart in my hand.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And what does this help you do, or how do you connect with it, or what's your intention?
My intention is to help it allow me to calm and ground, but also to help the connection that I have with messages that are coming in, and to be within myself and to always hold self to truth. So when just holding the crystals, it's like holding myself accountable to be with self and be in truth always. This one in particular, I love.
It's very clear and shiny,
Yeah.
right? It's like a very sparkly one. But I have a crystal too that reminds me of me to find my center. And usually I have it on me, and I actually don't today because I didn't have any pockets. And it is the stone amber. So I kind of cheat. But I love to carry it with me because it reminds me that I have to be true to me. And I think that's such an important message. Like, no matter what's going on in this world around us, you have to honor yourself and what you are doing.
Yeah.
So what's the full moon doing for you right now?
Oh, this one is intense. This one has been, oh my gosh. Electronics are crazy with me. And they typically are, but today it's been even more intense than usual. But on top of that, there's been a lot of messages this week, actually, of calming and of grounding and of getting back to earth and nature. And this has been really interesting with this particular full moon, of it obviously going into spring and nourishing and planting our food, and the industry that I work in business is all about growth and plants. So this full moon is really speaking to is starting to really, really see the sunlight in what has been planted in the ground. Mm-hmm. It's already been planted. There's been so much, and now the light is really getting to it. And that's just how I feel with this one. It's intense. And it's been intense for a few days. Typically, like, I'm getting close to it and I know, okay, like it's now, but this one has been since last week.
I've been so excited about this moon that I went out and I bought 40 mason jars. I bought all of my little crystal chips. I'm going to make 40 different moon waters, put them all together and make sprays. Like, I'm really, really excited. But you also mentioned the spring equinox coming up, and I'll be doing a fire ceremony, water ceremony, prayer. Like, this is the weekend to shine.
It is.
But it's been very restrictive for me as well. Like, I feel like you're moving through. That's why I always say, like, celebrate the small steps. It's not always about getting to that big goal, but about achieving even the small things that we do every single day to get to that big goal. And I feel like that's important for this moon. Just a release. You're always releasing and letting go in full moons, like all the time.
Yeah.
And I had something come up that I was just sharing with a friend, that people have supported me in being big, but recently you can't be too big. You can shine, but don't shine too bright. And I was like, where's this coming from? It's so interesting to be in the position because you want people to surround you and support you. Of
course.
And so I need to release and let go of that right now. Be bright, but not too bright. Shine, but not too big. And it's a very interesting, just an interesting concept.
Yeah, very good. I wonder, why do you think it's so different, or why is this one is basically saying kind of shut down a little bit? Is it about going within more?
Yeah, I think it's just breaking
Yeah,
down a little bit more of those walls, breaking down a little bit more of those barriers, just to
yeah,
see what comes up and to sit with it, right? Because a lot of
yeah,
times we don't want to. Our junk comes up and it's
yeah.
like, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah. It's so funny. I had a post that messages that came through, and I'm like, I'm just going to post it. I was looking at the moon just the other morning, and it was just intense. I posted this message, and it was, with love, we feel, with love, we deal, with love, we heal. Feel, deal, heal. And that's exactly what you just said.
Love that.
And that was the message that came with that picture of the moon. So thank you for that gift. It just tied it all together.
I saw your picture and I didn't read it yet, so I have to go look at it.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful moon. Like, you've always had this great energy with the earth, with the sky, with people in general, like healer, right? You're a healer all the way. And every time I get stuck, I go outside, right? I connect in with nature because I'm like, I'm not finding the answers from the people around me, or the place isn't showing up. So tell me, spirit, what do I need to know today? And it's that easy, right?
Yeah.
Connecting in. And I feel like a lot of people forgot how to do that, even though that big moon is like right there shining down.
Yeah.
So, what are some tips and tricks that you use to help get you into yourself or help you get to your core?
Oh, I'm going to tell you that it's the number one lesson that I try to teach everybody is just get back to my breath.
Mm,
And truly that's it, Amber. Like, it's, for me, breath, life force, energy, that what it brings in when you can connect to that feeling, which is a frequency and a vibration, which is information and energy that's literally coming in through the light, through the lungs, through breath. That's it. It
that's how we move
begins there.
energy in the body.
That's it. So that's what I do. And so in those moments, and then obviously when you're in nature, I mean, the breath is just even less constricted, if you will. We're not within a confinement of walls and things. And it's just amazing. So breath. And that's what I would recommend to everybody. The other piece that I always try to say is feel your feet. And I say that often because we forget where we are.
Yes.
Right? We forget where we are sometimes. And so if you can feel your feet and then you take it in with your breath, right here, literally, you're bringing your energy right to center.
Yes. And you're very present. And that's what it's so interesting, because when I teach grounding, I'm like, you guys do know that being grounded means being present. It means being present in this moment, being present in the body. So I make people say, how does the chair feel that you're sitting on? Like, have you ever paid attention to how low it sinks? Your feet, what does that feel like? What's under it? Those types of things.
Yeah.
And I find that the more I say it out loud, not just in my head, like if I go, okay, I'm touching a table, I'm sensing this, my meditation space is better. It opens up more doors for me to communicate, just being in this very moment and being present.
Yeah.
And then people say, well, how do I find my soul? I'm like, well, where did it go? It's right there. I really like journaling for that, like finding your purpose and like, what do you want to do? You know that when you're depressed and you're not being in the light and you feel dimmed, that you're not in alignment with your soul. So what changes you make during this full moon to let go and release so that you can align yourself with the love that you are?
Yeah.
Yes.
So true.
I love your messages. I find them very profound. I love the work that you do. You started off with me and Crystal Reiki, but what have you been doing since?
Oh my gosh, Kundalini. Kundalini has been a really big modality for me, and that's one I very connect with big time. Golden light was something that I was attuned to as well. But just so many teachers, so many teachings. I have a teacher in North Carolina that I absolutely adore. Her name is Pat Rice. Has given a lot of gifts to. I think you might have met her. She's been.
I met her. I was like, oh yes, I know her.
Yeah, I love her so much. So she's been a huge gift to me, and just trying to get as much information and knowledge as possible, just building our network. I met a gentleman named Donnie Epstein. I went through this training, epigenetics, the gate, the connection to that training and that alignment, somatic experience and respiratory integration has been incredible. And that's a modality that I'm continuing to grow and learn in as well.
Well, I miss you in Maryland. I will just be honest with that. And when I hear you're in town, I try to find you like a little stalker. I'm like, wait a minute, where's she at? What time? When is she posting live? What's going on here? I would like to catch up. Like Colorado is fantastic. I mean,
Yeah.
for all of the modalities that you do and for the atmosphere there, it's very, very supported in there. And
Yeah.
I just love it. It's so gorgeous. It's like,
It is.
well, I would say it's home, but my body does not align with that altitude there.
That's funny.
I can't actually go.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. It's safe. That's what I found here. When I was in Puerto Rico and the calling came for me to come here, it was absolutely divine. I said, I feel safe. And I never thought and I've never lived inland in my life. I've never been landlocked. I've always been on a coast or on an island. So, but it's definitely a really cool, safe place here. I love it. But I miss home too.
Oh, good. Because I hope you come back. I believe you are, right?
Next weekend.
Yeah,
Yep.
so good. I may have heard that. But what modalities are you doing right now? Can somebody like sign up with you, go to your website? Like,
absolutely. Yeah. SharonMwithlove.com is my .com. And I do obviously intuitive healing sessions. I do them remote, I do them locally, and I travel a lot. As I always say, my table will travel, no problem. I'm also doing a lot of this type of coaching also. So on top of the intuitive healing, it's a lot of one-on-one, and then business coaching, because that is a background that I absolutely have. So doing business consulting, but also business coaching. And when I say business coaching is tapping into self and learning to tap into energies while you're in business, because it's really important.
Well, that's how you manifest too, but you do kick butt on that, okay? I will agree with you 100%. And that is one of those areas that you just excel in. So please take her up on that one. That sounds fantastic. Yeah. And it's also, I love that because you put the vibration that you want or what you're putting out in with it too. So that's remarkable. It's like, it's just good manifestation mojo, but she is fantastic. Okay. Coaching all the way. I highly recommend her, which is why I wanted to have her on my show, besides her beautiful smile anyways. So please reach out to Sharon M with Love. And hit her up on her Facebook page because she does all of her video postings on Monday there, and they're just very inspirational and fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Sharon, for being here.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time and your face and your smile, everything about you.
I appreciate you and love you, and I'm honored to be here with you in this space always. And I'm grateful for your teaching, and more than anything, I'm grateful for your love.
Thank you. That's a ditto back to you. All right, join me next Thursday on the Chakra Diva show, and I have another special event for you. See you later.